Multnomah County health officials expect half of the county's population will have had COVID-19 between mid-December and next month.
And breakthrough cases, meaning people who are vaccinated but still get the virus, have become more common. Fox 12's Audrey Wheel joins us live to share a family's perspective on dealing with COVID and what health officials expect to see moving forward. Audrey?
Yeah, we spoke with a man named Matt Jeffroy, and his experience I'm sure a lot of us can relate to right now. He, his wife, and his 3-year-old son all tested positive for COVID last week. Now, luckily, they're on the mend right now, but it is becoming clear to health officials, too, that we will likely have to worry about COVID for a while longer.
We had fatigue, still short of breath. My lungs still hurt, a lot of congestion and sneezing. No coughing.
Matt Jeffroy and the rest of his family are all recovering from COVID.
We tested positive last Saturday. I tested positive first, and then my 3-year-old son got it. And then my wife did test negative 2 or 3 times, but then tested positive like Wednesday or so.
Obviously, your son's not old enough to be vaccinated, but the rest of you vaccinated and boosted and still got it?
Yes.
The Oregon Health Authority says as COVID-19 cases have increased across the state, vaccine breakthrough cases have also increased, but at a lower rate than in those who are unvaccinated. Still, Multnomah County health officials say 2/3 of the cases they're seeing are in people who are fully vaccinated, and 13% are in people who've had their booster shots.
I am not surprised by those numbers. Based on what some of the early reports were about Omicron and how well it could get around those initial protections from vaccines. The really good news is that the vaccines continue to hold up against severe disease and hospitalization. So that is key.
Jeffroy says he and his family were cautious before, and even now, with the added protection of natural immunity on top of vaccine immunity, they plan to still be careful.
I think today's day 11 and I'm still sick. And like, just, you know, I've never been sick and had my whole family sick with the same thing. Usually it's kind of staggered. So it was not enjoyable. And I can't imagine what it would be like if I wasn't vaccinated and boosted.
Health officials say no one can predict when a new variant might emerge, and they're working on how to create public health recommendations for living with COVID longer term.
People talk about wanting the pandemic to be over, and I think increasingly we're thinking about it as something that we emerge from step by step, and that really is going to cast a long shadow over health and over many of our social services and many aspects of our lives for many, many years.
And health officials do expect that this Omicron surge could die down just as quickly as it shot up, but they say it's hard to say if we're in the peak now. And they also said the virus is still dictating the timeline, and so they have to just adjust accordingly. Reporting live in Northwest Portland, Audrey Wheel, Fox 12 Oregon.